Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. So today we are going to discuss about Phase and Accounts Receivable application, Building Workbench. So this is talking about what is the process we can use to import transaction from legacy application. In other words, source system. So this diagram would says about what is exactly process can be implemented. So first we need to identify, so what are the source systems we are using from the client standpoint. In other words, we would say non-Oracle products such as SAP, Tally, Microsoft Dynamic, Coupa, order management, which is interlinked with your SEM applications. Any of other things also we would consider as a source system, which I mentioned, non-Oracle product applications. So as part of solution designing, first we need to identify source system names or source system tools. So once we identify, the source system would send the data file or text file in the respective format. So which they are using it. Ideally, as part of solutioning, the source system should have their own format to capturing all the billing transaction details. But as it is, the Oracle system would not allow to import transactions to AR application. So that is the standards. So in that case, Oracle is giving an opportunity to use FBDI template or FBDI formats, which is file-based data import. So this is the format where Oracle would support to get the data from your source system format. So here we need to understand what are the fields needs to be mapping for the as part of FBDI template format. So ideally, the source system would send the data into your respective format. Next, the file which I mentioned as a data file or source file or flat file. So this file will be sending by your respective source system application. So the file would place into your specific location. In other words, directory, SFTP server or MFT server, which is maintaining by your client. So once it is coming to source path, then there is a capabilities of your inbound integration which can go and run and transmit the file by doing the validations. So once that is completed, the data will flow into interface table via your UCM server. UCM server is nothing but as a which is maintaining by Oracle Universal Content Manager. So that is the one of the source where we can load or export and import the files before transfer to your Oracle application, the respective model wise. So these are the tables would get impacted. I mean to say, so these all four tables are interface tables. While we are importing any of the transaction from the source system, accordingly the data will divide it into these four buckets or these four Oracle interface tables. RA, interface lines all, and interface distribution alls, and sales credit all, and cunts all. So these are the four things will be store the data. So once the data is available in the interface table, then we can run the import auto invoice process. When you run the import auto invoice process, what it does, it will go and pull the data which is available in interface table, the respective line level and distribution level, what exactly data is available. So here, when the job is completed, I mean to say when you run this job, there is another child job will get automatically triggered, that is auto invoice execution report. So this execution report will have the capability to look at all the invoice information which is imported, which is not also imported. So by looking at the execution report, we would able to understand what is wrong and what is good as well as. So by looking at that, we may take a next action plan to fix any of the issues. I mean to say here, if you see the next box here, error records. So error records nothing but as a when you run the import ordinance process, there would be some kind of any invalid transactions are available. Those things can be corrected by any of the business users or any of the supporters, IT supporter. Okay, and here, so if you want to correct error records, we need to navigate to billing area and download AD template to correct the error records. So when you download the AD template, it would have all the required information of the error records. Based on the error record, the engineer can take a next action plan to fix the issues. Next, when I say import auto invoice program, once that is successfully completed, the data will be flowing into these respective tables, which is base tables, RA, customer transaction all, and customer transaction lines all, and customer transaction line and GL distribution all. If it is any error records will be stored under this particular Oracle table, RA interface error all. So here, the main table which you need to understand, AR payment schedules all. So this is one of the key table where the data will be stored under this table of the your customer transactions, and as well as AR receivables application all. So this is also very important tables where the data will be recording under these tables. So now let me go back to application to look at one of the table, how the data will store in the database. Yeah. So this is the query which I have written. Very simple query. Select star from RA customer transaction all. Just click OK. And under this table, these many columns are available. These are the columns available. Customer transaction ID, and SRC invoicing rule ID. There are a lot of IDs will be immediacy columns are available in this table which can be reviewed. So in this table, the most important things can be seen: creation date, created by, and last updated login, and transaction number and transaction date, and also we can see certain other things as well as term due date, payment terms, and printing count. Scroll down, there are many of the fields or columns are available. Just say OK and click on data. Select up to 200 records. For testing purpose, I will be taking only 5 records. Click on view. It will populate the required information here. Table view. See here. Customer transaction ID. So this is one of the customer transaction ID where it will be having the unique ID for the each one, each record. Move towards right to see the other information. So notice here transaction number. So when you import invoices or create through manually also, this is the table. All the data will be stored under this particular tables about the your customer transactions, customer number, date, setup book ID, and so on so on. These are the IDs, customer IDs, term ID. We can see there are a couple of things also which is important. Status. Status, it is showing as a OP. OP in the sense open state. So when you run this particular table, we would able to see either this customer transaction is closed or it is an open state. By looking at this field, we can understand it. And class. transaction class. Either this particular invoice is either credit memo or what class it is exactly. That we can see from this field. These are all invoice classes. So this is how we can understand of these customer tables. I'm going to say customer transaction tables. Go back to Excel sheet. So this is the complete overview about how to import AR invoices from the third-party applications to Fusion Oracle application under receivable billing area. Right? Yeah. Thanks for watching my video. Please do subscribe, share, and like. We'll come with the more videos in a elaborative way of the all the features. Thank you.